Brains use a lot of energy. Even at rest, our brains burn glucose constantly. A scientific term for this is metabolism. When we work our brains harder, for example, by studying neuroscience, the neurons involved have to work harder. They increase their rate of firing. This increased neural activity causes other sudden changes around those working brain regions, in this case, the frontal lobes. The neurons there need more energy, so they burn more glucose. Blood flow increases to the area, bringing in more oxygen that is used in glucose metabolism. The capillaries, small blood vessels where oxygen is released, expand. This increases the volume of blood available for the brain's energy needs. By tracking glucose in the flow of blood, we can observe the activity in the brain using two machines that operate very differently. We use both of these machines here at the Brain Mapping Center. This is the PET, or positron emission tomography scanner. Positron emission refers to its dependence on radioactive substances. A positron, a positively charged electron, is attached to a molecule using a machine called a cyclotron, which is a nuclear accelerator. Tomography refers to making a picture, or tomograph, of specific slices of tissue. Often, these studies utilize a radioactive form of glucose, fluorodeoxyglucose, or FDG, which is injected into the bloodstream of a person. We usually let subjects remain at rest for up to 45 minutes before we start the scan. This allows plenty of time for the glucose to be metabolized by the brain. Then we begin the PET scan. The blood carries the radioactive glucose throughout the body and into the brain. Areas where glucose is metabolized more will take up more of the radioactive compound. The PET scanner detects the radioactive decay of the radioactive glucose in detectors placed in a circle around the person. This computer reconstructs the radioactive signals into an image of the areas of the brain where glucose is being used. The colored areas show where there is more glucose metabolism taking place, indicating healthy brain tissue. In these PET scans, red indicates the most glucose metabolic activity, yellow somewhat less, green even less, and blue minimal. Contrast that to this one of a person with Alzheimer's disease, whose brain shows a dramatic decrease in the metabolism, indicating widespread death of brain tissue. Conversely, this PET scan is from a person with an aggressive brain tumor, and you can see that this area is receiving more glucose than it normally would. FDG PET is a great way of looking at resting metabolism in the brain. It is very useful for looking for abnormalities in brain function.